Hi children, good morning. This is L. Mankumari, PSCRT, KGBV East Gangavaram, East Godavari district. Today we discuss physical science lesson. First of all, what is science? Science is not in a textbook. Science includes our surroundings. When we observe the surroundings and enjoy the science in it, we will become a scientist. Now I am showing some pictures. Those pictures, what is going on, what is happening, what is there, what is the concept in that we have to identify. Must be keep the textbook with you. In the textbook we have some activities. Now I explain how to fill the activities and important points and definitions also. And please underline the keywords, definitions in the textbook. Then end of the lesson I will give a assignment. You read the textbook and answer the exam. And let us start physical science lesson. Okay na? Now see the pictures. What are there? In these pictures, a boy riding a bicycle. In second picture, lifting up the school bag. In third picture, opening the door. In these three pictures, riding a bicycle is pushing the pedal by apply some force. In the second picture, a boy lifting up the bag. He is pulling the bag and he is applied some force on the bag. In the third picture, he is pushing the door to open. In these pictures, pushing the pedal, he is pulling the bag and he is pushing the door. Now today we are going to learn force. Today we are going to learn force. Force is the first lesson of 8th class physical science. Okay na? Now I show some keywords. Please write down the notebook. Force, balamu, push, నెట్టుట, pull, లాగుట, contact force, స్పర్శ బలము, field force, క్షేత్ర బలము, magnetic force, అయస్కాంత బలము, electrostatic force, స్థావర విద్యుత్ బలము, gravitational force, గురుత్వాకర్షణ బలము, muscular force, కండర బలము, normal force, అభిలంబ బలము, force of friction, ఘర్షణ బలము, tension, తన్యత, net force, ఫలిత బలము, free body diagram, స్వేచ్ఛా వస్తుపటము. When you read the textbook, keep aside Telugu words. It is easier to understand the concepts. Now see here, he stretched the rubber band. It means he applied some force. In the second picture, what he is doing? He is pushing the water to row a boat. So, in daily life, picking, squeezing, twisting, stretching, lowering and lifting up used to do so many activities. Now, I show some pictures. Please classify the following actions in terms of pull or a push. Okay. Identify tasks as push or pull or both. In the first picture, slipping juice with a straw. Here, a little boy full the juice from the glass with a straw. In the second picture, hosting a plant. He is full the tag to host a plant. Stop. A magnet attracts nails. Magnet attracts the nails towards in it. Magnet attract means magnet pull the nails. Fruit falling from a tree. Earth pull the fruits from the tree because earth has a special nature, that is gravitational force. In this picture, erasing the letters on a blackboard with duster. When we rub the blackboard with the duster, we pull and push the duster to clean the blackboard. Here we observe pull and push. And next picture, digging a borewell. Digging a borewell. We apply push and pull here. In some situations, we will use pull and push at the same time. Here, one man pushed the car. The girls playing by pushing each other. Then the girls playing by pull each other. A man pull a cow with a rope, and the cow also pulling the man. Now I give an activity. Activity 1. List any 3 more activities where we exert a force as a pull. Write any three more activities in our daily life exert push. And second question is, list any 3 more activities where we exert a force as a pull. And list 3 more activities where we exert a force as a pull and push, or both, in our daily life. Please observe here push, pull. Here one man push the object, another man pull the object with the help of rope. Here both persons have contact with object. So we first defined force. Force can act on the object with or without being in contact within it. We have different types of forces in our surroundings, like drag force, frictional force, electromagnetic force, gravitational force, etc. These types of forces are classified into contact force and non-contact forces. Contact forces means interaction between the objects that touch. Non-contact forces attract or repel even from the distance. Now applied some force and spring force and drag force, frictional force, normal force. These are contact forces. Magnetic force, electric force, gravitational force are called non-contact forces. Especially in a class, what are the different types of forces? Can you classify it? Yes, we can classify it into 2 types of forces. That is field force, another one is contact force. Field force called as a force at distance. Again, field force are 3 types. That is magnetic force, electrostatic force, gravitational force. Now we discuss in detail later. In the same way, contact forces are 4 types. First one is muscular force, second one is force of friction, and third one normal force, fourth one tension. Discuss in detailed later. Let us start field force. Okay, now why we are called field force as a force at distance? The force which occurs without any physical contact between two objects is known as force at distance. Then, in this way, we classified the field force again three types. That is magnetic force, electrostatic force, gravitational force. Now we discuss briefly about the magnetic force. In the above experiment, there is no contact to iron fillings and bar magnet to form a magnetic lines. Here we observe some invisible force that is called as field force or a force at distance. We can know your own from the activities. Do the activity 2 which we have in the textbook to experience the magnetic force by yourself. Now take a comb and piece of papers and silk cloth. Now rub the comb with a silk cloth and bring the comb near to piece of papers. What do you observe?
It attracts.
It attracts. Yes, it attracts. Comb attracts the papers because of electrostatic force. We can define as the force exerted by charged body to another charged body is known as electrostatic force. Try this activity by your own. After rubbing the balloon with the paper, each will become charged body due to electron transfer. When it brought near to the paper pieces will get opposite charge. Thereby balloon and paper pieces attract each other. The another field force is gravitational force. In general observations, all rivers flow down to the earth and meet at oceans. In this manner, our common experience that if pen slips off from our hands, it falls down to the floor. Why does the pen fall down? What is the force which pulls the pen down. If we keep the same pen on the table, it does not fall down. Why? Generally, our answer would be that the table supports the pen. If the table does not support the pen, it would fall down until is supported by another object like the floor. If an object is thrown upwards, there exists a force which pulls it down towards the earth. Because of this, it falls down to the ground. We will call this force as a gravitational force. Every object on the earth or close to earth will experience a gravitational pull. The force of gravity is not just due to the attraction of the earth. It is a force of attraction that exists between any two bodies or any two masses everywhere in the universe. As the earth is so massive and huge, all the other objects close to the earth are attracted or pulled towards it. When you sit in our classroom, there will be a gravitational force between you and your teacher, and a similar forces exists between you and the blackboard. You cannot experience the gravitational force that exists between you and your teacher or between you and the blackboard because it is a very small when compared to the gravitational force exerted by the earth on these objects. Now recapitulate today's topic. Firstly, we discuss definition of force and types of forces. There are two types: field force, contact force. Now recall the definition of force again. Force is a pull or push. A force can act on the object with or without being in a contact with it. Then another one is a field force, that is a force at distance. The definition of field force: the force which occurs without any physical contact between two objects is known as field force or a force at distance. Now the definition of magnetic force: a magnet can attract or repel another magnet without any contact. So magnetic force is a field force. Another one is electrostatic force. The force exerted by a charged body to another charged body is known as electrostatic force. And another one is gravitational force. If an object is thrown upward, there exerts a force which pulls it down towards the earth. Because of this, it falls down to the ground. We call this force as a gravitational force. Finally, what we have learned today is force is a pull or a push. Second point, a force can act on an object with or without being in contact with it. A force acting on a body is either a contact force or force acting at a distance. Third point, field is an region influenced. If an object is kept at any point in the region is influenced by it. Fourth point, the attractive force between any two massive objects is called gravitational force. The next point, the magnetic force attracts a magnetic material such as iron, but it either attracts or repels another magnet. The force exerted by a charged body on other charged body is known as electrostatic force. I shown a table on the screen. The table in our textbook, second page. You fill the table, and after you open the school, show your teachers and take corrections. Let us discuss about another type force, that is contact force. First of all, what is contact force? The force which occurs with the physical contact between two objects is known as contact force. We are going to study 4 types of contact forces, that is muscular force, normal force, tension and frictional force. Now see the muscular force in this picture. We brush the toothpaste with finger. We use muscular force. Same way, one man lifted the dumbbells with his hands here. He is used muscular force. And a boy pushed the cycle tire with a stick. Here he is also used muscular force. In all the actions that we perform in our daily life, like brushing, bathing, eating, writing, driving and walking, we have to exert a force. Do you know from where the force comes? The force which we exert by using our body muscles is known as muscular force. Even when we smile, our muscles exert force to bring changes in our face. Human beings and animals use muscular force to carry out their regular physical activities. Muscular forces can be exerted only through the contact. Then list at least 10 activities where we apply muscular force to perform various activities in the given table. In the table, I give an example, lowering a basket. Like as where we apply muscular force to perform various activities in our daily life, to write down the table.
Okay.
Usually we are unaware of the muscular forces that are responsible for the various actions take place in our body, like blood circulation, expansion and contraction of lungs during breathing, heartbeat, etc. In terms, muscles refers to multiple bundles of muscle cells held together. Muscles are normally arranged in such a way that as one group of muscles contract or shortens, another group relaxes or expands. For examples, if you throw a ball, in the muscles in the chest and front side of the shoulder lengthened to pull the arm forward, while the muscles in the back and rear of the shoulder undergo contraction to slow down the motion. Next one is force of friction. When we roll a ball on a level ground, it invariably stops after some time. Why does the ball stops? Is there any hidden force which brings it to stops? If you stop pedaling your bicycle on a level road, you observe that its speed decreases gradually. Why does the speed of bicycle decreases gradually? Does the change in the speed of the ball and a bicycle depends on roughness and smoothness of the surface on which they move? Let us find out it. Observing the motion of a ball on different surfaces. Try to roll a ball on the different surfaces like carpet, rough roads, smooth floor, etc. On which surface does the ball roll further? Yes, smooth surface ball rolls for distance, because the motion of the ball is different in each case. Thus, the force of resistance to the motion seems to be more on the rough surface than on the smooth surface. The rolling ball moves further on a smooth marble floor than on a rough sandy surface. Children, try the activity 8 by yourself. Then friction is the resistance to the movement of a body over the surface of another body. Did you ever experience slipping on a floor? What conditions caused you to slip? Do you experience slipping while you are walking on a wet mud? Why do most road accidents happen during rainy days? The direction of friction is always opposite to the direction of motion relative to the surface. Let's imagine a world without friction. Can we walk on the road without friction? Will it be possible to write with a pen on a paper or with a piece of chalk on the blackboard? Definitely no, because friction is essential for the doing every activity in the universe. The next force is normal force. Now see the picture. Place a book on the table. Is it in state of rest? Is there any force acting on the book? Imagine that the table has disappeared suddenly by magic. What will happen then? The book will fall down due to the gravitational pull of the earth. Even when a book is lying on the table, the gravity pulls the book down all the time, but it does not fall down because it is supported by the table. There exists a force which supports the book against gravity by pushing it upward. What do you will call this force? Yes, it is a normal force. A direction which perpendicular to the plane of the surface said to be normal force. In this figure, F is an normal force and downwards F is indicates gravitational force. So the force that a slight surface exerts on any object in the normal direction is called normal force. In the above example, the downward gravitational force is balanced by the upward normal force. Since these two forces are of equal magnitude and acting in opposite directions, we say that net force acting on the book is 0 and the book is in equilibrium. Contact force is tension. As shown in the figure, a stone is suspended with the help of a thread and its free end is tied on the ceiling. When we observe the picture, stone tied with thread, here stone and ceiling having contact with thread. That's why tension force is a contact force. What is the state of the stone? What force are acting on it? What will happen if the thread is broken? We know that the stone would fall down due to gravitational pull of the earth if thread is broken. For a stone tied to the thread, gravity pull down the stone all the time, but it does not fall down because it is supported by the thread. Thus, there exists a force which supported the stone against the gravitational pull it upward. What do we call this force? It is called tension, which always pulls the body along with the thread. Tension is a contact force when you try to stretch a rope or a thread. Tightness of rope or thread is called tension. In the above example, the gravitational force is balanced by the upward tension force. Finally, recapitulates the types of contact forces. Definition of contact force: force which results when there is a direct physical contact between two interacting objects is known as contact force. Then types of contact forces. There are 4 types. First one is muscular force. The definition of muscular force is the force which are exerted by using our body muscles is known as muscular force. The second one is frictional force. The friction is resistant to the movement of a body over the surface of another body. Third one is normal force, a direction which is perpendicular to the plane of the surface is said to be normal force. Fourth one is tension, which always pulls the body along with the thread. Now I will give a question to assignment and write down the questions and answer the questions. After reopen the school, please verify it to your teacher. Please write down the questions. What is force? What changes can be produced by a force? I will repeat the question. What is a force? What changes can be produced by a force? The second question is, how can you differentiate between a contact force and force at distance. Again, I repeat the second question. How can you differentiate between contact force and force at distance? Now, we are completing today's session. We can meet the next session. Dear children, stay at home, stay safe. Have a great day. Thank you.